for the first time ever, this is Imagine Live, Chapter 1. We are really excited to be here with you today. Of course, I'm Cato. If you didn't know, we are here to bring you a little bit of something different, a little bit of something fun. Of course, on August 15th, we do have Volume 11 coming up. Don't worry, I'll get it right eventually. Volume 11 coming up right over here in Altoona. Please check our website, imaginewrestling.com, for all the details. You can get your tickets there. Matches already announced, of course, the big rematch. One of the greatest matches ever seen in independent wrestling, and certainly here at Imagine Wrestling. It was the champion, Spencer Slade, taking on Bill Collier. We are going to see a rematch of that great match. Also, already announced, it is going to be Jimmy, the high-flying hippie, against Thomas Mathis. Nothing was settled last time when those two were out. They had a gentleman's agreement to not punch each other in the face. Things sort of fell apart there. Things will hopefully get resolved at Volume 11 on August 15th. We did tell you earlier on social media, we promised you we would announce 3 big matches tonight, and we're going to do it! We're going to do it. First match right out the gate. It's going to be, right where all this neighborhood business started, it's going to be the coach, Lance Payne, one more time in a match that this guy's been asking for literally months. Big Lenny is going to get his hands on the coach, Lance Payne. The only thing I'll say is, Big Lenny, watch out. The neighborhood, they seem somehow different now. Speaking of the neighborhood, the first thing we're going to see before this night gets too far into it, we have interviews tonight with the professional Braden Elliott. We have a match coming up live right here tonight with the Sideshow Psycho Malachi Gage. And right now, my guest at this time, he is the leader of the neighborhood. He is Mr. John Ross, the good neighbor. Looking very, very snazzy here with your bow tie. I'm a little bit surprised to see you so dressed up.
Well,
neighbor John Ross, how are you tonight?
Well, I'd like to say that I was excited for the show. I mean, it's a great show. But
wait, how do you know it's a great show? This is the first time we've ever had it. It might be an awful show.
Well, I mean, the neighborhood's going to be there, you know.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm not as excited as I'd like to be because, you know, I went to the doctor out in Pittsburgh. As you know, I had my jaw broken, and I'm looking a little scruffy today because I still have the stitches in my neck. I can't even shave, so here I am sitting, looking like some kind of bearded, you know, scoundrel. I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay, well, you know, I wanted to talk to you about this. I want to get into it a little later on, but I guess we're going to jump right into it. You know, I think a lot of folks, and if you haven't seen it yet, I strongly suggest you go back, take a look at the interview that neighbor John had given previously about the situation. Look, I've been around wrestling for over 20 years, and I know these type of things. Injuries happen. You know, there's no two ways about it. It's a rough and tumble. It's a man's sport. But for whatever reason, right now, it feels like you are in the business of making it maybe a little more personal than it even needs to be.
Well, of course it's personal. You know, like now I have to miss out on a show. You know, this guy says that he's a professional. Well, there was nothing professional about it. He admitted that he did it on purpose. You know, I worked hard, you know, to make myself better, to clean up not only myself, but each and every member of the neighborhood. Once they joined me, I helped change them for the better. That's what a good neighbor would do, is make everybody around them better. That's not what Braden Elliott did. You know, he claims he's a professional. Now, he's depriving me of a livelihood, depriving, you know, the handful of people that had brains in this town that actually wanted to see me. He's depriving them of seeing.
I mean, we got to insult the people. These are good people in this town. This is my town. I love this town. This is Braden Elliott's town. And you're going to start insulting the people of this town and this area? I don't see the sense in that.
Well, I mean, he claims that that's who he represents. He claims that that's who he was representing when he punched me in the face. You know, they don't like what I stand for. They don't like when somebody that looks like Lance kneels. I mean, what do they like? Do they like sitting down when they go to the bathroom? Is that what is that what Braden Elliott's all about?
All right. Listen. I think that it doesn't have to go to the extremes that I feel like I see in your eyes you want it to go to. I think that maybe we can get the two of you together in a room. Because I don't know if you remember, when you two first broke in and started training here at this specific dojo, I mean, while you were never friends, I wouldn't have called you enemies.
Well,
you learned together here.
I mean, of course. I mean, you know, the whole time, I mean, I'd agree with you. I would never say we were hanging out or, you know, we weren't singing Kumbaya or anything like that. But I always respected him as a wrestler. I always respected him as a performer. And what reason did he have to punch me in the face? You know, he admitted he did it on purpose because he doesn't like what I stand for.
Tell us, what do you stand for?
Being better. Like, that's what I've done the whole time. I've cleaned up this town. Before I even debuted, there were some yahoo saying that, I don't know, he was some kind of wrestler, and then he ran his mouth. I chased him off. I came to Imagine Wrestling. Nobody believed in me that, you know, I was going to win anything. I won the Dojo Cup. I didn't break anybody's jaw when I did that. I could have. I could have crippled some people. I didn't do that. I just beat them all fair and square in the ring. And then, you know, I bring some excitement to this town. I bring some class. And I'm just cleaning things up exactly like I said I was going to do.
This doesn't seem like the good neighbor that we knew from before. And I get that you're frustrated with your broken jaw. I'm going to come back to my original point, though. Is there a way that we can settle this that isn't going to result in what could be outside of the normal bounds of a wrestling match? That's what I'm asking for. Can we get that?
Well, what are the normal bounds now? Having a jaw broken? Like having somebody injured? You know, are those the rules of what, you know, you asked me what I stand for. What's Imagine Wrestling stand for?
Competition. Competition. Good, clean competition. It says wrestling on the marquee. So I'm glad you brought that up. We do stand for wrestling. We stand for wrestling that does not insult the fans, does not insult their intelligence, something they can be proud to be a fan of. And I feel like, based on conversations I've heard secondhand, because you and I don't speak much, right, but I can say that you feel like what I'm hearing is that you don't want to keep it within the normal bounds of a wrestling match. Am I out of line am I hearing wrong information secondhand?
Well, I might be a good neighbor, but before that I was a man, Cato. And what man is just going to sit down and accept that somebody intentionally injured him? What man is going to say, hey, you know, it's okay that I had to spend 3 hours in surgery, you know, that I have to look like this now, stitches in my neck. I had to have my face peeled open and have a titanium plate put in my jaw. What kind of man is going to go through all that and say, no, that's all right, that's okay, we can just have a wrestling match now?
Clearly, we're not going to get any resolution. I do appreciate your time today, but as we now know, based on the fact that you were disqualified from competing at Volume 11, you will not be. So we're going to get ready. We're going to have a match here in just a second. Well, I will say, I do want to announce our second match here tonight. On August 15th, you will not be competing. So in your place, it will still be the Sideshow Psycho, Malachi Gage.
Right.
And his partner from the neighborhood, Player One, Jake Wiley, taking on the alpha male, Rick Matthews, and a guy, I guess, we're not going to see any resolution here tonight. A guy we're going to talk to in just a little bit, the professional Braden Elliott, in tag team action.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, because you're right. I'm not cleared to wrestle right now. I don't know when I will be. But I have the utmost confidence in the neighborhood. I mean, I handpicked each one of those guys to join me to do something better. But while I might not be in the ring, I will be there to observe that match, like in person. So I might not be wrestling, but I'm going to be there.
Very good. Well, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'll skip the handshake. I know you love it, but yeah, I mean, I even during the not a pandemic, you're not a guy I want to shake hands with. Let's get to the ring right now. So here we are, introducing first. He is from Biloxi, Mississippi. He is Mr. Crusher Red. His opponent, he hails from the circus of sickness. He is the sideshow psycho, Malachi Gage. So this is our feature and only match tonight. All right, then the bell has rung. Here we go. I don't know a lot about this Crusher Red. Oh! I do know a few things about the Sideshow Psycho, and I know that he can certainly deliver a European uppercut, a trifecta. This is our first time seeing Crusher Red carrying him like a baby. Devastating backbreaker. And boy, Malachi Gage seems to be delivering a message here tonight.
This is the best you can give a champion. I'm going to make an example. This is an example.
A big stomp by Malachi Gage. But not a lot of fight here in Mr. Crusher Red. Very one-sided affair here to this point. Grabs him, looks like a butterfly. Oh, he turns him over. What a devastating move. I don't even know what to call that. Maybe a sideshow driver, I guess we'll call it that. He's seeming a little more unhinged than even usual tonight. The Sideshow Psycho, but he has everything running on all cylinders tonight. This is a dangerous, dangerous man, and he has him right where he wants him now. I think this one might be about over. There it is. Blue Thunder Bomb brings an end to this one very quickly. The Sideshow Psycho. He is, boy, oh boy, he has just simply dominated this situation. Man, oh man. Well, we're back. Over here, devastating. Boy, you really got a sort of a look at the Sideshow Psycho like maybe never before. Dangerous, dangerous man. Back in March, he was within an eyelash of winning the Imagine Heavyweight title. He's now one half of the Imagine Tag Team Champions, a dangerous man. So, one more match to announce here. We've got two of them out of the way already. Of course, we've talked about the matches that we know about already, which, of course, are Spencer Slade defending the title against Bill Collier. Another look coming up here again in the coming weeks. We're going to see Thomas Mathis taking on Jimmy the High Flying Hippie. We announced the tag team match of the Alpha Male and the Professional taking on Player One and the Sideshow Psycho. And now our third match that we want to, how dare I forget, of course, where it all started with the neighborhood. The Coach taking on the Mountain Man, Big Lenny. Last match I want to announce before I bring on my final guest of the evening. We will see live at Volume 11. We will see the Gavel, who doesn't seem real happy about this match when he was informed earlier this week. He feels like he should be getting a shot at the heavyweight title, but he will be taking on the one, the only, the original freak of Central Pennsylvania. He is the Enigma, Lucio DeVere. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss that match. Big match coming our way. Let's get to our final little segment here of the night. He is the man known as the Professional. He's the one who breaks guys' jaws. He is Mr. Braden Elliott. Braden, how are you tonight?
I'm great, Cato.
Great?
Yep.
You seem excited to be here, are you?
I am.
Okay.
Very excited.
Good. Let's not pull any punches here, so to speak.
Yeah.
You broke the guy's jaw.
Yep.
You said in an interview that it was on purpose. Let me ask you, Was that in the heat of the moment? Did you say that in that interview in the heat of the moment, or did you really break his jaw on purpose?
Absolutely not. I don't like John Ross. I don't like what he stands for, and I did it on purpose. I absolutely did it on purpose.
Let me. You call yourself the professional. Does that feel very professional to you in the heat of action? Look, I don't like John Ross either. I think what he represents doesn't amount to much. But I'll say, I don't know. Was it the right thing to do?
Absolutely. I was defending professional wrestling because I'm the professional with the emphasis on professional wrestler. I was defending what I love, and you said it earlier. Imagine Wrestling stands for competition, right?
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I was doing. Defending this. Because he's bringing in jokes and games and whatever the hell else. And
He doesn't seem like he's joking now. Maybe are you at all worried that you've opened up something that maybe you and the Alpha are not really prepared for?
no, I'm not afraid of John Ross. I'm not afraid of the rest of the neighborhood. Never have been.
I have seen Malachi Gage put you down with hammers and cheap tactics time and time again. So you have no fear of
But
anyone.
I got back up, didn't I?
You did.
I got back up, so I'm not afraid.
Okay, fair enough. We announced the match just a few minutes ago. It's going to be you and the Alpha taking on Jake Wiley, and of course, your arch nemesis, seemingly before all this, before you broke a man's jaw, Malachi Gage. How does the dynamic change between Jake Wiley and being put in there as opposed to the good neighbor?
It doesn't. I'll break his jaw too. I don't care. I'll break Malachi Gage's jaw. No dynamics change. It's still a wrestling match. I'm still going to go out there. I'm still going to whoop ass, and I'm still going to look good doing it.
Okay, let's please remember, we're a clean show here. I will say, you've been impressive to this point. You are in great shape. You work hard here at the dojo. When you go out there, people of this area love you. And clearly you're a good representative of this area. Is there any thought of John Ross claiming he's going to be there that night? He's going to be at the building, at the show, keeping an eye on things. You have any concern about what sort of, beyond the limitations of a match, may happen that night?
Yes, it's been proven before, and any match that I've had, the neighborhoods always get involved. And I'm sure that they'll have some sort of plan involved, and I guess we'll have to be ready for whatever happens, whatever they throw at us.
Okay. I'll tell you what, this has been a great night. What's going on? Hello? Is there a reason you're here? I had thought we had asked you to leave.